Guys, I'm gonna mind blowing you. Mind blown. So this video is all about breaking myths about raw, and I dug deep just for you guys and to make you guys feel comfortable about what you're gonna do or thinking about transitioning to kibble to raw, or to help you guys feel more at ease. So I asked you guys questions on Instagram, on Ryan's Instagram, he is right here, and to see if you guys had any questions, and let's see if we could put them to rest. So let's get this started. So one of the main questions you guys had, and I hear a lot, is bacteria. You guys are worried about bacteria, salmonella, all this stuff, yada yada. Guys, I'm gonna mind blowing you. Mind blown. Are you ready? So I've heard since I was such a child about lysozyme. What is that, you ask? What is that? Have you ever heard of a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's? I have. Have you guys ever heard of a dog's mouth is cleaner than a toilet bowl's? I have. And it is amazing. And it actually helps. And then some people always say, oh my God, that is so disgusting. Do you let your dog actually lick you once they're done eating raw? Yes, because of the enzyme, which is called lysozyme. That is the reason why. Now you were probably wondering, what is lysozyme? Lysozyme is an enzyme that is in our pups and cats' mouth that breaks down harmful bacteria. Yes, and it actually helps a lot to give them good bacteria, and it actually is something that makes their mouths cleaner. So it's pretty much like a property that helps heal, and it is so helpful. I've always seen dogs, cats, whenever we have a wound, they come and try to lick it to help clean. It's such as a cleaning property. So it's actually pretty funny. There is properties in their saliva to help heal, help clean, and it kills bacteria. So pretty much when they are going off to eat their raw meat and we're all disgusted by it, and then they give us kisses, guess what? It works so quickly that I get, give me kisses. You're fine. I know you're fine. I'm fine. Your saliva is breaking down all those harmful bacteria that we are set in stone. There's nothing to worry about. So that breaks it down for the harmful bacteria, that disgustingness, and the salmonella. And that's what you're thinking about. So instantly, once they're already chewing it, they're already breaking down all those harmful bacteria, salmonella, with their own saliva. So think about that. So already, and also, if you guys see my other YouTube video, yogurt, I always give them yogurt every single day, 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, to help prevent salmonella and other properties there that will help prevent it. So I will put a link above my head. Boop, boop, boop. I never know where it's gonna pop up. I think right here. Watch it pop up here. Whatever. I'm gonna say right here to talk more about yogurt and all the helpful properties, and it helps prevent salmonella. So bam, I'm so excited. So yeah, I don't ever want to hear about harmful bacteria, because let's think about it. Dogs do a lot worse, such as eating each other's own vomit, eating their own vomit. I've seen Orion eat his horrible, when he was a puppy, own diarrhea, and that was the worst thing, and then threw it up and then re-eat it again. It was horrific. It was like the exorcism. Ugh, never again. Never again. You had to be there. It was the worst moment of my life. Anyway, and of course, licking their own body parts, but they are cleaning themselves with their saliva, which has great properties in it. So the next question I got is, if I feed my animal raw, it's gonna make them bloodthirsty, bloodlust, blood. That one was a good one. It will not make them bloodthirsty. Trust me. Our pups, cats, whatever, by nature, they are predators. No matter what, they are gonna just go chasing anything. Like my small little 5-year-old mixed, Chihuahua mixed. I don't know what she's mixed with, honestly. When we first got her, by maybe 2, she has the habit of chasing lizards. That is a predator thing to do. By nature, they are just going to chase things. And ready, a Disney reference. By a predator, dogs are predators. Doug from the movie Up. I like that one. Got you guys with that one. Is he bloodthirsty? No. Remember? Squirrel. That is just what they do. That is in their nature. And by giving them raw, do you think Doug is going to hear, squirrel? I'm bloodthirsty. Let's go kill me a squirrel. Now, if that movie would have gotten that deep, I'm pretty sure it would have been PG-13. But it's in their nature. So they're just going to play with it. They're not going to do anything. I remember my young 5-year-old. I say young. She's not young. She's 5 years old. Orion's young. He's only 1. But she finally caught a lizard. Predator. She caught it finally. And we looked to see what she was going to do with it. She caught it. Looked at it. And it stayed there. The lizard just stayed there. And then she's like, let it go. That's it. They're just predators at heart. Let them just be them. And feeding them raw is not going to change anything. But feeding your dog raw is not going to change their opinion of their nature. They've done it, and you have seen your dog do it, probably chase a squirrel, or gone after lizards if you're in Florida, or bark at ducks or a bird or something. That is their predatory way. Doesn't mean once they get to it, they're going to kill it. Even if they're on kibble, or even if they're on raw, they don't have that bloodlust whatsoever. So it's just in their nature. I'm pretty sure they're just wanting to have fun and just chase around something because it's running. They want to run too. They want to be free. So trust me, they're not going to be bloodlusts. Trust me. That was my mom right there too. When she heard I was going to do raw, she's like, my yachty, my 5-year-old one, because she sees her as a princess. She's going to be bloodthirsty because she has white fur. Blood everywhere. I'm like, it's not going to happen. So my young one, since she was 8 weeks old, has been chasing lizards. That is a predatory thing to do. Squirrels are a predatory thing to do. Running after a bunny is a predatory thing to do. It's just in their nature. You can't change their nature. Can puppies eat a raw diet? Yes, they can. They can definitely eat a raw diet. But you want to make sure what the breeder was doing beforehand and do a smooth transition. So I have the numbers here for you guys if you guys want to know what is recommended to starting with a puppy on raw diet. So the started recommending is 2 to 3% of the body weight and splitting the daily amount depending on the month they are in or when you pick up your puppy. So for over 6 months, you want to split the meal for 2 days. Split the meals for 2 days. And don't forget, 2 to 3% of the body weight. I would say personally, depending on how much the activity and such, I would have the daily percentage amount at 2.5. You want them to maintain, but of course they're growing. So depending on their furry little bodies, you may want to up it for 3% for them to gain weight. Depends on your puppy. Keep watch of that. So split the meals at 6 months at 2 meals per day. Now, if you're going from 4 to 6 months, so about that range, you want to have split the meals to 3 meals per day. So split those 3 meals per day. Watch your pups' weight at all times. Can't stress that enough. Now, if you have them 4 months and under, you want to split the meals 4 meals per day. So now you got 4 meals per day, which are going to probably be tiny meals. So can't stress enough, like again, 2 to 3% of their body weight. Keep looking at their furry little bodies, or maybe not furry little bodies, and maintain that. Like I say, 2 to lose weight, 2% to lose weight, 2.5 to maintain weight, 3% to gain weight. So like I said, pups can definitely be on raw diet. There we go. Because a lot of people are saying, no, they can't. They definitely can. And there you guys go. I have the research right here, and I have a link, and I will add it in the description box for you guys, so you guys can see literally a whole chart of how to incorporate the food for the pups, and how to add the bones, when to add the organs and everything for the pups, security and how to do it. So look at the description box for your pups. All right, so next question, or question myth we have to break here is, dogs can't digest meat? There we go. And I'm going to break that myth, break it all the way. I always do research for you guys as much as I can, so things don't contradict each other. So I did a lot of research, and I was mind blown at the results. Hold on. Orion lost his ball. You want your ball? You want your ball? Okay. There you go. Sorry, guys. Gotta play with them at the same time. Alright, so I gotta break this myth wide open. I think that's how I'm trying to act like Mythbusters. I don't know if I'm using the right analogies. You guys let me know. Anyway, so for this myth, I think you guys are asking the wrong question. It's, can dogs digest kibble? Alright, so let's get started. So, dogs that are fed raw diet, which includes bones, because a lot of you guys think it's not including bones, it does include bones, produce stool that is 1/3 the size of kibble-fed dogs. I know. Because with Orion and Yeti, I noticed that when I was feeding them raw, their poop started looking smaller. I was nervous because I thought they were constipated. No, that is part of being raw fed. Their poop is going to be smaller, and their stool is going to smell less disgusting. And I was wondering why. I'm going to get to that. That equals to a 2/3 size reduction to fecal output. Now this is when it gets interesting. That means a higher digestibility rate. Isn't that interesting? We're getting there. We're getting there. So smaller stool means better digestibility for dogs. We're getting there. This is where it gets... So dogs who are fed raw can digest meat. And you know how easy it is for them to digest the meat? 90 to 97% digestible. Now, what do you think is the rate or percentage for kibble? 40 to 70% digestible. Isn't that amazing? It's not amazing, but isn't that interesting? When I saw that, I was like, wow. So that's why I think you guys are asking the wrong question. Now, you're probably asking, why? Why is it that bad? Or why is it that good? Whichever you guys are, leaning towards, teach us out. Now, the reason why is because this is what I was saying before. Orion and Yodi, my two pups, when I started them on raw, they had small poops. But when they were on kibble, they had huge poops. It smelled, it was disgusting. It just wasn't a good, pretty sight. Or smelled pretty either. Now, like I said, kibble is 40 to 70% digestible. Why? The reason why is because there's extra fillers, there's grains, there's unknown fibers in it. And that's why the poop is so much bigger. Oh my goodness, right? And that's why it smells. That's why that's why they have to poop out extra, to get all that extra bad chemicals and bad preservatives out of there. Right. Understanding now? Amazed? Mind blown? But when it comes down to raw, you're making it for them. there's no extra preservatives, there's no extra fillers, there's no extra grains, there's no extra unknown fibers. You're making it all at home for them, a home cooked meal for them. So they're absorbing more. They're absorbing all those great nutritions, all those great things. So their poops are smaller. It's great for the earth. It's great, perfect. And it smells, there's nothing for it to make it smell horrendous. So it's perfect. It's great. It's amazing. So when I saw this, the percentages, I was just like baffled. So actually, you're asking the wrong question, sadly. Kibble is not digestible for dogs, sadly. Because why don't you just look at your dog's ingredients? And if you can read and you know exactly those exact ingredients and be like, yeah, I know this is what this is and this is what that is, then hey, keep feeding it to them, man. It's digestible for them. But when I did that for Orion and Yodi and looked at their ingredients, I was like, what is this stuff? Can I make it at home? So people ask, can dogs digest raw food? I think people should be asking a better question. Can dogs digest kibble safely? And should dogs be digesting kibble at all? I think that's a better question. So another myth I'm about to break, personally for me this is a simple myth I'm about to break, is that you guys had questions about dogs and cats will acquire parasites from the raw meat. Now, this is simple. I don't know about you guys, me, if I get the meat that I purchase from the same places that I get the meat that I eat, I'm Gucci. I'm good. It's the same thing. I'm eating it, he's eating it. Raw though. But I'm eating it cooked. So it's perfectly fine. And plus what helps is that I am freezing it. Freezing it kills all the parasites. So it's perfectly fine. And once again, his mouth, it sounds wrong. That sounded wrong. His saliva, there we go. His saliva is also helping kill off all those bad bacteria and parasites. So the saliva is also helping. And if you guys didn't know, temperature danger zone, which is between 41 degrees to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know Celsius. Sorry guys, don't kill me. Just look it up. I'm not gonna look it up. But anyway, so if you guys freeze that below 41, you guys are killing all the bad parasites and bacteria. So the meat is good to give to your pups and cats. So you're all good. I buy Orion's meat and Yodi's meat at the same places that I eat, so I have no shame whatsoever. And then I freeze it, of course, so we're all good. With this myth, you guys asked, there's no specific research to back up raw. Well, I did some research. Let's see what we could put to rest with this one. It goes, teach his own, pretty much. Let's see what we can do for you guys to ease your minds. Well, for this one, there's no research that has been done, sadly, to determine if it actually is healthy for dogs to be on kibble. Like I've been saying throughout this whole entire video. Sorry guys, just trying to keep it real with you. The raw life. Companies actually just assume it's healthy because it just passes their 6-month feeding trial. And then they manufacture it falsely and advertise their product as healthy. 6 months is not long enough. Come on. And imagine 6 months just feeding your dog this product. What about a lifetime? The same thing. There's going to be complications in the future, such as cancer, pancreatitis, kidney disease, liver failures, things such as that. 6 months is not good enough. But for these companies, they find loopholes and it's good enough. It passes the test. We're good. So what else? What are these things that passes the test pretty much? Such as the only research that has been made is, can dogs be fed grain-based food for these 6 months? Or if dogs can survive these processed food for a short period of time. What is the short period of time? 6 months. We need better research when it comes down to kibble. And sadly, it seems like these companies just don't seem to care when it comes down to kibble. And that's what I found in my research. So it doesn't seem like kibble research is working out very well. So that's what I came to the conclusion when it came down to kibble. So I feel like with specific research, when we ask that question, we should also ask, is there any specific research when it comes down to kibble too? Now, you're probably wondering, what about raw? You're talking about kibble. Now, here's the research behind raw. It's still coming out little by little, but research about raw is pretty astounding. I'm pretty tongue-tied when it comes down to it because it's coming out slowly, but it's still coming out. Here we go. Now, this research project is called Long Living Pets Research Project. I'll have the link in my description box. Feel free to check it out. And heading this research project is a Norwegian researcher, Thomas Sandsberg. Now, this is when I got tongue-tied because I can't say it's brand new and I can't say it's old either. So he has been doing this research from 2000 to 2030. Exactly. Now you're probably wondering, huh? Yes. This research will be 30 years of him doing this project, and he is on year 16. Well, yeah, 17 now, but exactly, so exciting. But I know I'm getting ahead of myself. This project mainly will be focused on diet, cancer, and longevity. Now, I like this mainly because it's not 6 months. Here is the research and there you go, you're done. Be happy. I like that this research project, they're taking their time. They're really considering these pets. They're really focusing, and it's 30 years in the making and they're not even done yet. Like, look how long it is. It's been 16 to 17 years now in the making. That's dedication. I feel like I am being considered as a pet owner, as a dog lover, and not being considered as just a piece of marketing, just a dollar sign, pretty much. That's what I like. Now, here's another one for raw, and this one is called the Epigenetics Foundation. It's a world-leading foundation that leads in cancer, diet, lifestyle, and longevity. Now you're thinking, what? She started off with cancer. Wait, give it a minute. They're funding a project called Keto Pets. Yes. Now, this project takes in rescues, pets from the shelter, or animals from the shelter, there you go. Animals off the streets. Now, these animals are terminally ill and they have stage 4 cancer. And the main mission for this project is to give these animals a second chance, which I found amazing what they're doing. Now, all these dogs and cats have cancer, and I will have a link above my head so you guys can see what they're doing. I don't know. I can never know which side it's going to be on. And if you guys watch, you guys are going to be astounded by what they do. And what they do is that with all their technology, pretty much they're just watching out for the cancer each step of the way. And what they do is slow down. They slow down the cancer, they stop the cancer, or reverse the cancer. And you're probably wondering, how do they do it? All they do is just change the diet, change their food, change it by raw, which is amazing. So I was so amazed. And that's what they do in Epigenetics Foundation. So I was so ecstatic. So there is research still coming out. It's better than what the kibble industry is doing. And there are people trying to make it a mission to show that raw is the best, and they're doing their best. And I love what Mr. Thomas is doing, making it his life mission, dedicating 30 years of his life to show that raw is the way to go. So I will have all these links, all these descriptions above my head in the description box. Check them out. Educate yourself. Educate everybody around you. I did a lot of research on this, breaking all these myths to make you guys feel comfortable. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can message me, put some comments. Let's see what we can do. So one of our other questions and very last questions here are, he's happy I'm giving him one, is, the next and very last question is, what about people with immunodeficiency problems? Can they do raw diet? And I'm here to tell you, and Orion's here to play while I'm here to tell you, yes, they can. They definitely can. And I'm here to speak for Jackie. She definitely can too. You guys always bombard her with questions such as this. And this video has told you exactly. People can do it. Anybody could do it. Anybody with health issues can do it. Now I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to retell you why exactly. So the reason why it's safe for people with immune deficiency problems is because I have explained it so many times in this video. So I'm going to sum it up right now for you guys. One, their saliva. I know the biggest issue is their saliva. What happened if they lick you after they eat the raw meat? Oh my goodness. Like I said, and you guys could check it out in the table of contents, our pups have saliva that is already killing off the bacteria. So we have nothing to worry about, or people with immunodeficiency have nothing to worry about. So already once they're eating it, the saliva is already killing. So there's nothing to worry about. So that's one thing I want people to already understand when it comes down to raw. Because they're already nervous about infection, salmonella, all these diseases. But already once they're eating it, their body's already working to combat these diseases, and their body's already working to protect us, even people with immune deficiency problems. So there's one thing you guys already need to about, relax. There's nothing to worry about with that issue. So they're already protecting you and themselves. I would recommend to, like I said, with the parasites, check it out in the table of contents, to buy meats where you would go buy meats, where it's FDA approved, right? Chain supermarkets. That's what I do. That's what I do for Orion. He's right here laying next to me. You guys, you can see his tail. You can see his tail. But that's what I do. And it's kind of a sense of security. So you know that the meats have been checked out. It's kind of secured already. And that is pretty much, he's going to do okay. There's nothing going to be upsetting him, and there's not going to be backlash at you in a sense. So I would recommend that. So there's no parasites, nothing bad's going to happen to him. And once again, freeze your meats. There goes something right there too. Like I said, parasites right there. And when I point down, table of contents. Anyway, so shop where you would shop. Shop for your pups where you would shop, pretty much. So that's another thing. Another thing I wanted to say was clean as you go. That is something basic. And with immunodeficiency people, I'm pretty sure you guys would know is that clean as you go, as simple as that. And is that I know that you guys don't stop your lives, such as Jackie. She cooks. So it's not different as making raw for your dog. The dog's already protecting itself with the saliva. She's doing the same thing, cooking for the dog, or making food for the dog. So it's the same thing. She's still touching raw meat and then cooking it. There's still going to be raw meat all over the counters when you're making the food. So all you got to do is just clean, sanitize. I don't know how many times when I'm doing prep, I wash my hands, or I wear gloves and keep changing my gloves. I have a bunch of gloves. It's not even funny. I buy them in bulk. So that's my recommendation. Buy gloves, If you need to wear a mask, wear a mask. Do that. Whatever keeps you safe. Raw is still out. That's an option for you, definitely. If you need to take a bunch of breaks, do it. I, suffer from my chronic illnesses, and I take breaks. I have no issue. I have no shame in taking my breaks. So I would recommend that for you guys, for sure. So those are all the things for what I would say. So do it. It's not hard. The dogs, your pups are on your side. Don't worry about it. But you have to be on your side too. You still got to look out for bad meat. Don't get me wrong. There is still bad meat out there. Got to look at it. If you have double thoughts about it, triple thoughts, fourth thoughts, don't get it. That's always my thing. And if you're tired, take a couple breaks. But I definitely recommend people with immune deficiency problems go for raw. It is definitely an option out there for you guys. Like I said, let me sum it all up for you guys. Your pups are on your side. They're helping you too with their saliva. Don't get me wrong. And if they lick you, it is not an issue whatsoever. Trust me, it's not an issue. Their saliva is fighting off those bad bacteria. Don't get me wrong. And then also do your part. Go to those supermarkets that you would eat at too, that you will buy your meats at, that are FDA approved. And also, of course, when you're cooking, don't you cut up raw meat, don't you clean, don't you, not cross-contaminate, You're cleaning, you're washing your hands a couple times. You're doing the same for your pups at the same time. So those are a few check. So hopefully that helps you guys. Hopefully you guys love this breaking myths video. Hopefully we broke a lot of myths here. And I had so much fun. I learned a lot of new things. A lot of new things about the kibble industry. A lot of new things about the raw life. That's why I call myself the raw life. Me and Orion call each other the raw life. But it was so much fun learning a lot of stuff throughout this whole time. And I hope you guys learned a lot. And hopefully you guys feel more comfortable hopefully making the switch. Like Karen Becker says, if you can't make the switch, make it slowly. If you can't afford it, do the best you can. And throughout all these videos I have posted here, just making a little tiny switch helps your pet throughout the long run. So hopefully you guys love this video and hopefully it educates you. Like Stewie says, educate yourself. I love that one from Family Guy. I always have to make a reference somewhere, along the lines. But hopefully you guys like and subscribe. Breaking myths together about raw. Bye guys!